Welcome everyone, how's it going? Scrembo here with another episode on Cardano's price prediction and technicals after we had this major Middle East events which triggered some panic selling on the markets. People acted based on their emotions and they sold their positions big time, causing big liquidations and crashes on the altcoins. Cardano has been part of that, and these situations are pretty much impossible to be predicted. You cannot expect a trader or a person that is looking at the charts is knowing when there's gonna be wars and all sorts of instability around the places in the world. That's something you cannot predict at the end of the day, especially when it comes down to the starting moment of that, which is actually the starting moment when the markets are dipping big time. And then obviously how that plays out is also very difficult to mention during the time it is live. You need to consider markets gotta slow down and see where does it react, and based on the level and meaningfulness of reaction you will be able to portray what is expected around that cryptocurrency. So Cardano is going to be on the table today, and before we get into it, I'd like to make sure you subscribe to the channel and like this video. I'd like to share with you for a minute, look at a Bitcoin's chart right here on 4-hour candlesticks. They actually saved the markets. The crash started on $68,000 around this level, so close to 68, and we were sitting above 200 days moving average. We reacted very well on that without knowing that the Middle East is going to get under big tensions out there. So the situation was pretty much generating a panic selling that got into the major support of the trending line. We also have a demand structure right there, which holds the entire markets alive of the BTC without allowing it to fall into a major cascade effect back to the 50s. In a nutshell, of course, the correction from 74 into the 50s would be 30%, something a lot of the people expect, seeing how does the altcoins have moved. It is pretty much visible at the end of the day, yet we gotta question the fact that are we gonna go to the upside first, break the top, take the liquidity, and see how does the markets play around that level before the market would actually test some deep movements on the BTC. Do we have an altcoin season before that? Do we get a taste of an altcoin season before that? And then the whole thing is trying to correct again. So there's so many questions out there that are still sitting around the table without considering the fact that there is some reality going on here. The market is reacting on major level and it's pretty much saved at this time. So they bought it up, they got into the cheap BTC, and now probably we're gonna ride this towards the upside, which is the way the whole picture looks like. So I'd like to talk to you about Cardano, but not before. For those of you that would like to be part of my trades, you can definitely do so. Take a look, this is my BTC long trade. I'm still holding it, guys. I'm still riding this one quite nicely. We have the 1.2 million bucks profit on this one, have not sold anything on that position, and we're doing fine. If you want to be part of my trades on ChatGPT bot trading without any prior fees, you can join. It's completely outsourced, completely done for you, and it's just a commission from the profits we achieve. So simple and straightforward. You can find out more on my journey and reach out to me, including the one-on-one coaching program for anyone that is looking for financial freedom. It's time to attack that. We're going to talk about that one at the end of the video. Now let's speak on Cardano. Well, the dip we had here is pretty much classic when it comes down to the altcoins. It is classic from that point of view where you cannot expect basically a cryptocurrency which is continuously having difficulties to support levels which are not based on major financial or political crises or all sorts of instabilities out there. They're not based on that, yet the decreases are still large from the highs into a major structure that should have held, a major structure that should have reacted. It was 30%, guys, so the retracement was already priced in for Cardano at that time, yet we actually continued even lower to the 3 and circle area, which means that we have pretty much crashed into a 40-45% movement. In my last video I was talking about that, and it seems like during those moments we actually got the Middle East events, we got the instability representing over there that generated a complete retracement of 50%, which is actually exactly the place from where the market started to pump back in the day on 5th of December. So you took the entire liquidity out of the way. And now what is actually expected at the end of the day is to have basically for the rest of the April month, which is basically the price prediction for, to push into the 57, 58 mark, to get back into the previous demand, currently supply. That would be the first thing. And then you just retrace back into the 200 days moving average blue line, which comes like this. Find support on that one, and you're going for the higher levels of the golden pocket, which means around 68, 69 cents on Cardano. This is going to be the road towards, reattacking the previous high as well, and taking a lot of the liquidity from the highs as well. Where you're going to have difficulties and probably reject, come back to this level, but at the same time you're going to establish a very powerful downtrending resistance line. And for sure, if you get resistance by that, you're going to get back into the 45 cents, and eventually in the future as you go, you're going to form a triangle here with a zone, right, and the upper resistance line coming right there, and then simply zigzag until you break out a little later on this year. For sure not during this month's the report trade here. I'm just trying to share with you the way the markets do have a very strong variable out there to perform and act like this. So this is something that I'm definitely expecting at the end of the day with high probabilities. We don't know exactly the route towards that, but the targets here on 68, 69 are heavy, are difficult to be crossed, and they're going to represent a major selling pressure. So probably if Cardano goes back to that level, from here it means another 38%. It's definitely achievable for this cryptocurrency only if BTC breaks the all-time high and goes to $77, $78, $79,000, and Ethereum is getting close to $4,000 as well. During those conditions, you're going to have the ability to get into Cardano under that circumstances, right? So that's what it is on this perspective, folks. Once again, if you care about your future in terms of trading, if you think that education is important, this is a one-on-one coaching program with me where I'll take you by hand and teach you how to trade professionally from A to Z without any prior knowledge, or it doesn't really matter your current state of knowledge. We take that and we work with it. This is very important. Check out the video to understand how does it work and register now for a free conversation with me. Have a good time, folks, and make sure in the meantime you check out the ChatGPT bot trading completely done for you. Have a good time, folks. We'll talk to you soon.